I know women. They sometimes ask for me by name. I know all about women. About as much as there is to know. No two are ever alike. And after they've met me, no two are ever the same.
Well, wow. Same here, everybody. I know woman. I man. Hi, welcome to Nick the Rat Radio, episode 379. It's Wednesday, 11 p.m., March 29th, 2023. Holy shit. It's already fucking March. It's the end of March is here. It just keeps on ticking into the future. Let's start the episode by cracking a big old beer of Coors Banquet. Grab onto your hats. I'm going to pour this out into this big old cup that I got here. I'll talk about this cup that I got here in a little bit. But just pour this beer right in there. And I poured it way too aggressively. The head is incredible. Let me give a little slurp of this. Let me slurp the head. Let me just put the head right, a little tip of the cup in my mouth here. Wow, Dr. Sir Mike Rotch, you changed your name on... Hey, what's going on, Will? What's going on, Servo? What's going on, Stacy? What's going on, Trey? What's going on, Foo? Let's keep on... It's not theater of the mind. This is some real foamy head. Hey, Ducky, what's going on? This is my welcome back episode. Last week, Zindu, it's part of his contract, so he had to work. I hope he did a good job. I didn't watch that 4 times. So much fucking head. Ugh. Why is there... This head just doesn't end. It's like endless head. Some people might have dreams about that. Okay, there we go. Reminds me of this product that I saw in Japan. It's like a little jug, and you pop the top, and it's got a little... Wait, why is it... Never mind. It's not relevant. But I guess I'll continue to tell you about in Japan, they got these little plastic cups. They look like Gatorade or some shit. Not Gatorade, but like, what is that? Tang? Oh, jeez. Let me suck more of this. So you buy these little plastic jugs in Japan, and you take the wrapper off, and inside it's a gooey thing that you can put your pecker into. It's a one-time use. How are we saving the planet? Where's Japan on the carbon output if they got these one-time use masturbation toys? I'm sure you could probably use it again if you don't finish in it. Maybe if you you aim somewhere else before you but what's the point of it if you're not going to finish inside of it? Anyway, the thing looked like it was made of future technology. It was amazing. There's different ways you could get different pressures and pulling and suction and amazing stuff the Japanese got. The Keurig of the masturbation devices. Yes. Tenga, I forget the name of it. I could look it up really quick. It actually, I'd give it a try, I'd give it a whirl. I'd slap it on my Johnson for a little bit, see what's going on down there. It's look good. How can I find this quick? Where did I think I saw it on a Reddit, the fucking shithole of the internet here, reddit.com. All right, let's see if I could find it really quick. Probably not gonna be able to find it. Maybe it was under videos. Let me look at videos really quick. Yeah, well, come along with me as I look for this Japanese. How did I find this thing? Where sometimes you find things and you don't even know how you found it. How could I Japanese masturbation thing? How would you do a search for this? Japanese masturbation. Let's just type that in and see what we get. I should have saved this. Japanese masturbation is just bringing up a whole bunch of pictures of white women. I don't get it. Yeah, okay, whatever. It was a funny video too because it had like a description on how to use it, like a video next to the product. Anyway, I'm still looking for it because I want to buy one. I really. Okay, look. So let me get. I'm getting off topic. Whenever I find like these, it's like a one single use fleshlight. All right, I'm gonna type it. I'm gonna type single use fleshlight Japan into my search over here. Single use fleshlight Japan. Japanese sex toy. It was. Let me type in video here. Video. Oh boy. That's not it. What the hell is that? Tenga egg masturbator? No, that's not what I'm looking for. It was the Quick Shot Turbo. No, it kind of looks like that, but that's not it. All right, I'm done. I'm not looking. Wait, it was probably under what the... Okay. One more second, everybody. I know this is thrilling podcast shit. But I gotta find this thing. It was under what the fuck, wasn't it? I know it's short today, and it's already fucking gone. That's like the internet for you. It's here today and gone tomorrow. You might be wondering, Nick the Rat, why are you talking about this? And I'm just talking about it because I don't fucking know why. Okay, so last week I was at PAX in Boston. I'm going to talk about that soon. I think I have got some kind of con crud. Who knows? My little cough is back. I haven't started smoking weed yet. I'm going to talk about Boston. I'm going to talk about the con. I'm going to talk about masturbation. No, I'm going to talk about some new laws that they want to put on the internet. The restrict. I want to talk about restrict. Because oh boy, that's fucked up. Anything else I want to talk about? Anything else over here? What do we got? Let me look at the... Oh, and some movies. I want to talk about some movies. Oh, boy. But before we do any of that, let's listen to some music. And while we listen to music, I'm going to see if I could find this product because... For reasons. Anyway, let's start this. We got time with Jiggler. I got a link over here in the back rooms. Yeah, it was the Tenga. It was the Tenga. But there was a video. I want to see it. Hot damn. Thanks, Trey. Hey, everybody, body, boo. Ooh, boy. No, I can't find the video exactly that I was looking at, but yeah, it was definitely the Tenga. It's like a weird little container. It's got all these gizmos and gyros in there. It looks pretty cool. That's why they have a reproduction problem. Well, it's also expensive as fuck to live in Japan. I'm sure most people, it's like, nope, not having a kid here. I'll just be broke for the rest of forever. So I went to PAX. I went there Wednesday. I got back Sunday. That's why I'm a little bit out of it right now. You know, it's a little willy-nilly show going on right now. It's a little relaxation station, you know, hanging out with you guys. So I got there Wednesday. I'm going to teach you all a little trick about conventions, which I didn't know about. But one of my friends that I went with a whole group of people. One of the people that I went with has a seizures because he had like a whole bunch of brain operations. He was telling me like he had a like a sonograph on the brain. Not a sonograph, but it's more or less a sonograph. They used sound waves to blast something in his brain. And he was telling me all about it. It was that had to have sucked. So just in case he had to leave or get in or out, because he still has seizures every now and then. He got something called the medical badge, and he suggested we all get one just in case we have to leave with him. So if you go to one of these conventions and you get a pass or a badge, you could just ask for a medical badge. They don't even. It's don't ask, don't tell. I didn't need a medical. Well, maybe I sort of did need a medical badge. You know, I'm a rat. That's pretty high the whole time too. So I was like, either way, I got a medical badge. They don't ask you about anything. I was just like, oh, give me. Can I get a medical badge? You told me to get one. You're like, here you go. I'm like, woo. Basically, I was able to skip the line to get into the place. There was like an hour-long wait. So on Thursday when the convention opened, I got in way before everybody else. I think I seen the entire convention in the first hour because I was able to walk around. I was like, okay, there's that. Oh, I like that. Let me try it out really quick. Try that, and by the time I was done, after that hour, I already seen. I didn't fake the medical disorder. My friend told me to get. I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. I only realized the power that I had after. But you know, you get there you go, foo. Just say, yeah, I need a medical badge, and they'll give it to you. They don't ask or anything. I got to get right in. I walked around. I saw everything. You were there, foo? No, I didn't know. Somebody. When I first got in, I was walking around. It was pretty much there was like nobody on the floor because everybody was like waiting online. I was like, this is there's not that many people here. But then after like a few hours, the shit was completely filled with people. I was like, holy crap. There was about 3 or 4 people that I knew were going to be there that I didn't get to meet because it was just too big. It's too goddamn big. And I was busy doing stuff, and they were like, and I I knew what the people looked like. It was like playing Where's Waldo. I was looking for him, but I couldn't find him because this fucking thing was way too big. Ow. Yeah, I was pretty drunk too. There's a place called okay, so let me just talk about a little bit about some stuff that I saw. Masks were mandatory. Okay, so even though you don't have to wear them at in hospitals or medical facilities anymore, you had to wear a mask. And there was an app where you could narc on people. So if you witnessed somebody not wearing a mask, or apparently it didn't help. I don't know. I probably got the Rona right now. You could narc on people. It was a narc app. So everybody was, and basically the whole, because I was there for like 4 days straight, from 7 in the morning till midnight, playing board games and shit. But the whole time I was there, I just wanted to leave because I didn't want to fucking wear my mask the whole time. I couldn't breathe. It was restricting, and I was really stoned. So I'm walking around, and everybody's wearing a mask. It felt very strange to be very high, surrounded by masks now, because they're not, only a couple people wear masks out in public anymore. So I'm walking down a hallway, and there's like, you look in rooms, and there's like rooms filled of people playing like games, shooting each other, like video games, which I love to do. But it's just weird to walk down a hall and you see everybody wearing masks and they're doing it. It felt like aliens invaded and they were trying to like recruit people or something. It was very strange. Another weird thing was there was only one place serving alcohol. It was there was a Rogue Ranger IPA, Dead Ranger, and there's like a 60 square foot area that was selling $10 cans of beers there. I guess you can't have a convention with like thousands and thousands of people just getting hammered, because then it would just turn into a fucking madhouse. But there was not much. There's not much ways to get alcohol there easily. We'll say that. But being Nick the Rat, I bought some whiskey and I popped it in my pockets, because also the security there was totally lax. Oh, okay. There's so much I want to talk about this PAX event. I guess at this convention center. Oh, also the security there and the people that worked at the convention center, most of the time they weren't wearing masks. Like the guy that was on like the Zamboni machine to clean up all the nerd sweat off the floor. He was like going around without a mask, and but security super laxed. If you walk through the metal detector and it beeps, there's a 50-50 chance they'll take you to the side, look in your backpack, and then wave you on in. So I figured this out right away. So I put all of my illicit materials in my pockets. Oh, also weed is legal there, so I fucking stunk of weed. I had like joints in my fucking backpack. I was stinky like weed. So I got in with alcohol, and that was good. So the security didn't care about anything, and I was able to. You were able to see like these security people. They were like, man, this place is filled with nerds. We don't care about any of this shit. Like the security wasn't really there to do anything, any security stuff, because, well, they probably didn't have to, because it was filled with nerds, but you could tell that these security people were built for more rowdy crowds than the geeks that were there. So they didn't really care. Their security was really lax. So, and also most of these nerds, they're on the larger side of the creatures of the planet. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And one of the attractions there was you could buy these cups, like a 2-liter cup. You could buy 2-liter cups from a place called Wild Bill's and get free soda refills. Now I don't think you should be giving the land whales 2-liter soda refills. I took a couple of these. I bought a cup because I needed some soda to mix with my whiskey. But these people were going hard on the soda. It's like, holy shit. What else happened at PAX? Should I just get all the PAX news out of the way? Yeah, sure. Why not? I saw some Final Fantasy stuff there. Played some board games. The coolest thing was Chris Perkins was there. I got to watch Chris Perkins do a live D&D session. So overall, it was pretty fun. Oh man, I'll talk more about PAX after a little bit. But let's take a quick musical break because I did fuck around with some people there, but it's all right. So we went to eat at a restaurant, and there was a girl there that kept fucking up her order. So I was like, let's keep on fucking. Let me fuck with her some. So when she came to get our order, it was like a bar restaurant, and it's in Boston, so it's seafood. Everybody was getting fish and chips. So I was like, let's see if she gets this right. So I said, I want chips and fish. I kind of just switched it. And she didn't ask or say anything. She just said, okay, and walked away. She came back with chips. I'm like, what are these? She's like, oh, chips. It's like, I ordered chips and fish. She's like, yeah, these are the chips, and I'm going to bring you the fish. And as soon as she said that she was going to bring me the fish, she realized how dumb she was. Because there's nothing on the menu that's called fish. You can't just, what is fish? Was she going to bring me out a fucking live fish? But she fucked up the order several times before that. Good food, though. Really good food. Anyway, let's listen to some music. We'll be back with more Nick the Rat Radio. We got Dune original copyright-free music. Chips and fish. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're going to thank some people. Oh, yeah. Here's my giant cup that I got there from Wild Bill's. Fucking cost $30 for this motherfucker. They made a killing on merch there. I'll tell you that. The design was really cool. It was like a 70s cassette tape feel to the design. Man, I got a little bit more I want to say about PAX, but let's thank some people. There's going to be 2 weeks of thanks, so it's going to be like slightly longer. We got a P.O. Box. We got a P.O. Box, Nick the Rat Radio, P.O. Box 90549, Brooklyn, New York, 11209. Got some letters here. Put that down for a second. Let's open them up and see what we got. Yes, my camera tracks my dumb face. It's a NVIDIA broadcast. If you have a decent graphics card, you too can do that. And I could also change. You can do a lot of shit with technology these days. Sir Mike Rotch. Cost of complaint, charge back, 69 cents. Thank you so much for the 69. Let's go to the next one. $4.89. $4.89. Take away 69 is $4.20 and charge back $4.89. Thank you so much, Sir Dr. Mike Crotch, PhD. Third check here. Is that Diane back there? Sir Mike Crotch, how much to complain? Charge back 69 cents. You could complain for free, but if you do it with money, it's guaranteed to get through. I don't let that slide. Also in my P.O. box was this shit. If you're in New York, you get these send the packs ratting. Send the rats packing. There's a shitty Photoshop of a rat with a briefcase on wheels. Basically, what they're telling you to do is put your garbage out on the street later. Otherwise, you'll get fined. Now, I know Eric Adams is a big, stupid, doo-doo, dum-dum head, but maybe somebody should tell him that rats are nocturnal. So I don't think 2 hours, briefcase, whatever. I don't think the 2 hours is going to make much of a difference in the rat population. I don't think 2 hours for a wait for them to eat is going to fucking matter. I also don't think, I think it's fucking dumb. I think they're just trying to ticket these businesses because, well, say, oh, my store closes at 6 o'clock. What am I going to do? I can't throw the garbage out? Well, you could, but you go and get a ticket. Well, fuck you then, huh? Maybe if sanitation just did their job better. Okay. Either way. Even if sanitation did the job better, it wouldn't matter because there's the people that live in New York City are just fucking filthy, disgusting pieces of trash that throw stuff on the floor. Has anybody in my chat ever littered? Have you ever littered? You there? Have you littered? Now, what kind of lowlife does it take to litter? To take something and throw it? The only thing I've ever littered is when I used to smoke cigarettes, I would throw the butts on the floor. Because it's just fucking, just like cotton and shit. It's like, But I'm not throwing like bags of chips or half-eaten meals or anything else on the floor. Somebody, I don't know whose name that is. So you're lucky that I can't read your name, Mr. Chatter. Tajunta Isler. All right. Let's do a quick look at the people that have sent PayPal. It's going to be for the past 2 weeks. I do the initials, the amount, and flicking cigarettes is fun. And it's, flick it in the street, and the street sweeper will come and swipe it up. Whatever. LCI 420. Thank you so much, LCI, for the 420. Been around for a long time. We have MA 420. Thank you so much, MA. I don't know if I get a howl right now. It's my fucking throat. Yeah, I could howl. Okay. We have MAC 420. Thank you so much, MAC, for the 420. High five. We have KS 420. Thank you so much, KS. And thank you to Junta. I know it was a very beautiful howl. I was raised by wolf rats. KS, thank you. IF with a whopping 37.93. IF, you are too damn kind. Seriously. Man, Nick, Zindo. Somebody open the Zindo. Man, Nick, Zindu really rocked out in your absence. I also have to say, he is one handsome son of a bitch. You saw him? Huh. Not to mention Diane. Sure perked up in a hurry. Diane is still in the bucket somewhere. I don't know where the bucket is, but she's gone. With that stud in the studio. He really puts the stud in the studio? Long live Zindu. I don't know if I should say thank you, IF, or Zin, don't do that no more. Thank you so much. We have DV with 420. Cheers, DV. Been around for a long time. And finally, we got to thank some people on Twitch. Ow. Okay, let's see who we got on Twitch here. Twitch, we have to go like 14 days ago. So we have Trey from Philly followed me again. Trey, are you disfollowing me and then following me? How do you do that? Zindu does what Zin doesn't. Zindu does what Nintendo don't. You like unfollow then refollow? Just so I'll say that you followed me again. Keep doing it. It's fine. Trey from Philly, resub for 1 month, a tier 1, been sub for 15 months, 14 days ago. That's a bunch of words to say. Thank you. Ducky on. Now, Ducky is a trooper. Pardon me. Ducky, I'm going to spark this joint for you. He's using his Bezos bucks for 44 months to help Nick the Rat Radio. Thank you so much, Ducky on. You are VR. With the band followed me. Dr. Sir Mike Crotch followed me. Dr. Sir Mike Crotch swoops in with his Prime account. Who knew that doctors had Prime? Thank you so much. And finally, Foo! Resub with Prime. They've been sub for 28 months. Foo, you were at PAX? What were some of your highlights of PAX? Did you play any games? Most of the shit that I brought to PAX was weed, and I brought Star Trek Ascendancy. It's a board game. You're Magic Gathering. There's a lot of magic there. I have a friend that's like semi-pro in Magic. He's going to Dallas soon, I think, to play. Yeah, I have Star Trek Ascendancy with almost all the expansions. Even the Breen took up half my suitcase. I didn't get to play it. I only played some small pocket games. I played Roll For It, which is a dumb dice rolling game to collect cards. You like gamble on cards. And Take 5, which is a dumb card game. But both pocket-sized and both pretty fun. So if you ever want a pocket-sized game that's fun, you can play at a bar or whatever. Roll For It, Take 5. I highly recommend. I also played Dune Ascendancy as well. But either way, thank you so much, everybody, for subscribing and showing some love to the sewer. I gotta pay taxes this week. I wonder how much money Nick the Rat Radio made this year. We've been going up and down. It's been between like 5,000 to 7,000 a year. I think I've been pulling into the sewers, which is helpful, even though the government takes about a third of that. So if I crank in, say, what's a good round number? Say 8,000. Never made 8,000, but let's say we did. It would only be about $6,000 in the end. At least maybe it's helping to kill some people somewhere in the world. Either way, thank you so much, everybody, for all the donations and the love and sticking in there with me or something. I gotta cough. I try to write off as much as possible, but I don't want to get into doing writing off rent. I want to write off as much as possible without triggering any alarms. But I basically just look over Amazon and see anything that I could slightly say, well, I play the synthesizer on the show for only the show. So let's slap on $50 onto the don't hit me. All right. Androids by Yanbuck. We got a lot more show to go. It's gonna be fun. Hey, everybody, welcome back. That was a good song. We're just talking about taxes in the chat room. Accountants earn their money due to the ignorance. There's just so much money that is floating around that you don't know you could take, and sometimes if you take it, you don't know it's illegal if you did. It's very, very complicated stuff. Eh. I fucking hate taxes. I hold them off till April just because I don't want to do them. Yeah, there's mail fucking everywhere, man. It's dripping out of the walls. All right, so a couple more things about PAX. I know you're probably fucking tired of hearing it. Well, let's talk about I got two more stories I could tell about PAX. Do you want to hear about weed-induced schizophrenia or Boston? See, anybody in the chat room? We got weed-induced schizophrenia or Boston. How gay was it? I guess you're talking about Boston. All right, let's talk about Boston first. Oh, we got a weed-induced skits. Okay, let's talk about schizophrenia. We'll talk about Boston later. I think I might get weed-induced schizophrenia. Now, maybe it's just paranoia. I don't know. Is this okay? Let me know if this is it. I discussed this with the people I went with too. Apparently, I'm definitely hearing shit. I was on edibles. I was smoking. I was very high, and I was refilling a bottle of water at the. Now, I could talk about many situations where this has happened to me. I'm refilling a bottle of water at a water fountain, and I'm stoned off my ass. And I do get like paranoid, and I don't know if this is paranoia or weed-induced schizophrenia. I think it's both. Probably more one than the other. I don't know. When I'm in situations where I hear lots of noises going on around me and I'm stoned, I probably just make up what I think I'm hearing in my head. Because when I was refilling my bottle of water, I felt like I was hearing people, like a lot of people, not just maybe like 4 people in the crowd saying stuff like, "Oh, Boston water's not good to drink. Ugh, I can't believe he's getting water from the water fountain." Stuff around these lines. I'm hearing at least maybe 2 to 3 voices saying stuff like this. Now, it might have just been passerbyers saying like water or something, or I have no idea. But that's something that I definitely heard that. Now, there's other situations where it was weirder, where I could I've been in when but it's only when I'm in areas where there is a lot of chatter, like background. Like if I'm sitting, I'm fucking high right now. I'm not hearing. I might be psychic. Is Boston water bad? I actually sat down at the table and I was asking because I had dry mouth. I was like, I want to drink this water, but I think I heard people around me saying that Boston water from the tap is bad. But yeah, so I think I get weed-induced schizophrenia. Cambridge water, so it's fine. Okay, so. But I hear other things too, like sometimes it's definitely weed induced schizophrenia. It's very strange, but it's only when I'm in crowds of people talking. I feel like I hear people talking about me. I don't really let it get to me too much, but I do get paranoid. Like I think about it. It's very strange. I wonder maybe I should go see a plumber or something. It happened at least. If the cure is more weed. I was talking. We were in Boston. I was talking about Fringe a lot, and the signs, the street sign. From a bottle. The street signs in Boston, some of them look like when you watch the show Fringe, it looks like the words that fly above Fringe. Auditory parad. Can't see. There's mayo all over it. Pareidolia is when we hear a random noise and perceive words from the erratic jumble of sounds. For instance, that's true. That could be true. You hear something and you think you know what it is. That might explain a lot. One time I thought I was controlling time and space and what people were saying when I was really high. But maybe all that was happening was I was thinking about what they might be saying and I was hearing not exactly what they were saying. And then my brain kind of, that shit's real. This shit's pareidolia. Pareidolia sounds like a term for the inner flaps of a vagina. Oh, my pareidolia is flaring up again. Thought people were talking about me, and I always hear, and the more you think about it, it's a very strange phenomenon, but it happens to me a lot when I'm high, and it's the main source of my paranoia. I think. I don't know. Anyway, should I talk about Boston now? Wait, maybe we should let's open the phone lines up. It's almost midnight in the sewer here, and I didn't even fucking start the phone lines. All right, the phone lines are up, 917-719-5923. If you were at PAX and you want to talk about it, give me a call. If you know about Boston or the insides of vaginas, give me a call. If you're bored, if you want to talk to a little rat that's drunk and high and has a tickle in his throat, give me a call, 917-719-5923. I think somebody might have left a voicemail. What is this? This is scary looking. I got a text from Japan or something. Let's skip that. Voicemail. Should I play Harmonica Man? Hold on one second. Let's scroll down here. I'm not going past there. What is this? An unknown number.
Hey, brother world, it's me, brother. Okay, this is part 2, sir. I mean, madam. About the allegory of the cave. Now, one thing I left out was the man told me, he said, it will change your life. It's going to change your life. I felt the same about what I gave him. I didn't tell him that. I'd let him change his own life and realize what be his own intelligence that changes himself. So, anyways, this is how the story goes. Now, this is only the third time I've told this story, and I haven't rehearsed it, so we're going to see how this goes. But so, there was a group of people imprisoned in a cave, and they had been inside the cave their whole lives. Inside the cave was dark and damp, and there was no natural light. The only intimations that they had of the outside world were phantoms or shadows cast upon the walls of the cave by a fire inside the cave. Now, all the day long, these people would sit and watch these phantoms. And they believed that if you followed them closely, your life would turn out good. And Most of the day was spent talking about the phantoms, and they took great pride in their sophistication and knowledge of the phantoms, which are like the shadows of birds and trees and, various things. And unbeknownst to them, none of these phantoms were actually real, but shadows. Then one day, one of the inhabitants, quite by chance, stumbled outside of the cave and into the full sun. Well, the daylight was too much for him at first, or her, and it took a little bit for their eyes to adjust. But once they did, he noticed the true color of grass, the colors of birds, what birds were, the flight of them, and the depth of them in their song.
I think that color causes pareidolia in me. It's definitely midnight in the sewer now. It's midnight 01. Let's listen to another voicemail.
Hey, Nick. What's up, buddy? Just calling, doing my weekly checkup on Diane there. The bucket babe. Anyway,
She's
I
still in
hope
the
you've
bucket.
been refrigerating that thing while you're trying all this shit to revive her. Because that thing's going to be putrid in no time otherwise.
I like the smell.
I mean, it's already pretty putrid down there in the basement. Anyway, so, what was I had another question.
Thank you for the voicemail. Let's listen to another voicemail.
Hello. I was calling for a Zindu, sewerman, sewerman. I guess that's, anyways, I am calling on behalf of Dildo Quarterly Magazine. It seems that your subscription is ready to expire, and we wanted to offer you a special renewal on a 5-year subscription at a heavily discounted price for Dildo Quarterly. We will also include a complimentary dildo gift pack. It comes with various varieties of dildos and shapes, sizes, and colors, and an assortment of lubrications for you to try and enjoy. This is in bag of dicks.
Let's order a few of those.
So, if you would like to renew and get your free bag of dicks, please call me back at my number. It is 1-800-SUCKBALLS.
How does that guy know about the balls of socks that I have in my room? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Brandy, it's me, brother. Terry from Philly. The absolute fucking moron. Hey, I saw you. You actually beat my voicemail. Yeah, you know what? You fucking fucked up my voicemails, Nicholas. Right? You make me sound like an asshole, Nick, in my voicemail.
It's not me.
Don't play this one, and you have no license to play. You have no license to play any of my voicemails or to call in ever again. So. Quit the podcast. Diane's never coming back, brother. This is the fucking last time I'm gonna say goodbye. Goodbye.
Hi. I'd love to go to a shooting range with that caller. 917-719-5923.
God damn it, dude. God damn it, Terry. I want to touch your Terry.
Okay. We have a lot more voicemails. I'm curious. I'm very high.
Yes, my lord. Righto. Job's done.
That was good. That was a peon. Peon Longley just called in. Let's hear that one again.
Yes, my lord. Righto. Job's done.
All right, one more. They said, job's done. Yes, my lord. Did you do more wood? I think he said more wood. More wood.
Hey, Nick, it's me from Terry. Listen, man, listen to you. Hey, I heard that last podcast. That was fucked up. It's been pissing me off, Nick. Why'd you fucking act as Zindu to fucking say mean shit as me? You know, I don't have to go into an alter ego to say, fuck you, Nicholas.
Whoa.
The Ratlicus.
Holy shit.
Or whatever your real name is. My real name is Rat Shit. Von Dykenstead.
What did Zindu say about you? I didn't hear. Oh, jeez. Caller, I think you broke your phone line. I see that there's still a recording going on here. There's another 12 seconds of this. Thrilling emptiness. Okay, let's take a quick break. All right, one more voicemail. Fuck.
Hey, Nick. Wow. I can't believe they rehired Zindu. The case is still pending. You've got a case. The human centipede is copyrighted, trademarked, whatever. I mean, it's scientific papers about that shit. Or eating shit. Anyway, yeah, just because he renamed it Sewer Centipede and started sewing together rats. I'm sorry you were at the rear of the project, but just because he changed the name doesn't alter the scientific facts. This is not medical advice. But I am glad to hear about Diane's potential. I hope you haven't really kicked the bucket. Yeah, you just really, you gotta stop wallowing in her undergarments and telling her you do her laundry just to build the stank. 'Cause I mean, it's starting to bother the deli upstairs. I've received some notices.
Fuck.
I mean,
They're gonna raise
and
my
you're
rent.
a month late on rent. Tell that to the scientists also. This landlord game ain't easy. And the attorney you hired for that case, what? Did you scare him off? I mean, the Hashmir, the guy that identified as an elephant in his past reincarnated life? What the hell, dude? I mean, Hashmir, the Asian Indian, not Native American, because I can't make fun of them. That's racist. Anyway, yeah, but Hashmir, I mean, I told you from the beginning, elephants are fucking scared of rats, mice, whatever. And kind of like a bitch seeing a roach. Like, slap that shit. It's done. Not run out of the room and then freak out the rest of the night. Like, where did it go? Do you have roaches in the sewer? I can't remember the last time I saw a fucking roach. Oh, except for the... life's good. Anyway, yeah, tell Hashmir to call me because I still have pending cases, and if you fucking scared him off...
Colin? Peyrus?
Please leave your message after the beep. After the beep.
Mine ended too soon. The street structure in Boston sucks. I'm used to grids. I think grids work. You know, up, down, left, right. I think that's something that is easy. You could find places that way. Hey, I want to go to 34th Street and Avenue B. Oh, that makes sense. Boston is spaghetti. I think the city planner is probably a big fat Italian guy, not Irish, and he threw spaghetti at the wall. It's like, oh, that looks like a street system I want to keep. It It was a wild time, especially if you're stoned. You're walking around smoking weed, and you're like, "Where the fuck am I?" It's all over. It's the streets were horrible there. It's like they wrap. You could be walking down one block, it'll wrap around, and you'll be back on the same block you were on. It's maddening. Another thing that was happening there, which I figured out later, that so the hotel has like there was like 2 streets. No, it's still fucked up. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's still fucked up. It doesn't make sense. Somebody fucked this shit up. I have a video of it. To get across the street from one corner to catty corner, that's like diagonally to the other corner. Legally, without crossing on the red. Took almost 5 minutes. Now I have video of this. Now, I think they set it up this way because it's next to a hotel. And they're trying to really slow traffic down. But it was the most annoying thing in the fucking world. Especially if you walk out of your hotel. You have to go around the block 3 times just to find the corner. Because the streets are spaghetti. You have to push. I do have body cam footage of this intersection. I should play it. That was a beer. It wasn't pee. You do have to pee now. Oh. Hold on. Maybe I could hold my camera up to the phone. Let's see here. Yeah, it's 4 minutes. Okay, let me see if I get my camera over here. I don't know if this is gonna work. But there's a light right there. There's a red light. Now to get from that corner that I'm on to the one that's over there, this is a 4-minute long video. I don't know how long these lights are supposed to be red for. But yeah. At least weed's legal there. You have to walk around and smoke weed. Let's listen to a voicemail. Let's listen to a voicemail.
Hey, Nick. Wow. I can't believe they rehired Zindu. The case is still pending.
Wait, what?
You've got a case. The human centipede.
This is a repeat. All right, repeat.
Sewer pay is peanuts. No, I said peanuts. You know, the elephant. He was attracted to that initially until he realized the pay was actually peanuts from Zindu. That might be what scared him off, actually. Anyway, call me back. I still can't believe this shit's drug on so long. Email me those pictures of that sewer centipede again. I think I deleted them. Or forwarded them to everyone in my address book.
I just pulled the video up again. I didn't stop playing the video. I'm still only half the way there. It's so annoying, especially if you're from New York, because New York streets, it's it'll turn it. Another thing that fucking happened. Flip the phone sideways. God damn it. No. No, I will not. I will do it that way. I just totally lost my train of thought. Well, fuck. No, you'll just do another voicemail.
Hey, Nick, it's me, Terry from Philly. The absolute moron. Listen, buddy, I'm at work again, driving down the road. And I really don't care if I get fired or not, sir. I mean, I do own my own company. So, I mean, I would just be losing a relationship with the, well, who knows how many relationships would be damaged. But, sir, I just want to call you and let you know I'm not afraid of losing whatever I have. I notice you're very selective on my voicemails. You're gonna cut some of the great parts out of some and not play others. Yeah, I was wondering why you never played the voicemail about the actors, sir. Was it too filthy for you, sir? I heard you allude to it, I guess, but you won't play the one about the actors, sir. Now we're all just acting and looking for another who's just acting as well. But in so doing, we live in illusion. Illusion is conflict. Yes, we live in misery and sorrow, sir. But we find our little pleasures. We find our little pleasures in illusions and looking at big peckers. But we'll miss the real security of understanding life completely, sir. Real spiritual happiness that comes when a man or a woman quits thinking completely. And there is just being.
State. This life insurance plan is designed to cover 100% of your funeral expenses. To get a quote right now, please press 3, or please press 7 to have your name removed out of our list. Again, please press 3 to get a quote on your life insurance and save some money.
Morton gives a fine, understated performance in the role of a gentle alien who accidentally lands in New York City, where he finds much that is strange and frightening. Here's the scene.
And he says, all right, Mr. Bartender, here's your 4 guys to drink at your bar. Bartender goes, great, Joe, there's your $2. So they're just sitting around the bar talking. The bartender goes, you know, Joe, these 4 guys, they're kind of lonely, Joe. I was wondering if you could go out and get 4 girls to drink with the 4 guys. I'll give you $2 more. Joe goes, sure, that's easy. I got lots of girlfriends. So Joe goes out.
Hello?
Caller?
Hi, Nick. What's going on? Hello?
Well, let me tell you what's going on over here. It's drinking some of this Tenga. I found a Tenga beer over here.
Let me turn down the other device while I'm eating these turkey hot dogs.
Turkey dogs?
A sewer turkey. Yeah, a sewer turkey and lots of ketchup.
You should put some mayo on there.
I dip them in mayo every other bite. I like really pack the buns full of mayo and then just glaze the top with ketchup.
Did you know I saw a bunny rabbit in Boston?
And you screwed a bunny rabbit?
No, there was just a bunny jumping around.
How'd you catch it? These rabbits in my area are too goddamn fast. I'm not gonna say I haven't tried, but yeah, my neighbors think I'm a lunatic. Chasing after rabbits, squirrels, and their dog. Oh, it took too big of a bite. It reminded me of Zindu. Oh, what you up to, Nick? What you doing?
Chum, I got like a tickle in my throat. And I'm just,
I got the hot dog bun. You know that white meat? White bread. Kind of stuck on the side of my teeth. You gotta really work your mouth.
You still eat white bread?
To get it what?
You still eat white bread?
I eat white rats. I don't eat white bread. I buy
What kind of bread are you eating right now?
Whatever the hell the hot dog bun is.
Is it potato? Potato buns are nice. I like potato buns.
I've never seen that shit.
You take a potato, you cut it in half, and you stick your hot dog in there.
I put my hot dog in all kind of buns. I've never seen a cat bun or potato, whatever you say.
Potato. You gotta spread those buns wide.
Flour is sticking to my what?
You gotta spread the buns wide before you slap your meat in there.
Oh yeah, I rip them open. I use a slice of cheese. You know that cock ring stuff? Not cock ring. What do you call that? Smegma? No, the type of cheese.
Gouda?
Munster, yeah.
Gouda.
Munster, not cock ring.
I like Gouda.
Why do those sound the same?
Gouda cheese.
I must be drunk.
Gouda cheese.
Gouda, cock ring, smegma. Yeah, they sound the same when I'm listening to...
Gouda. Gouda cheese.
It's still stuck to my teeth. What... Can you come fix this? Your little paws reach
Fromunda. Fromunda?
While I hold your
Trey's
tail
onto
and
this.
swallow you.
Trey knows what's going on here.
What?
A Fromunda.
Oh,
Fromunda cheese.
Furry little mouth. That sounds delicious. I got like two more turkey hot dogs on a plate in the microwave.
Caller.
And these
Caller, do you play any
bread
musical
buns.
instruments?
What?
Do you play any musical instruments?
I was just about to ask you the same question. That's fucking awesome. I play every instrument. Anything you can imagine.
You ever play the hurdy-gurdy?
I've never heard of such a thing, but I would.
If you don't know a hurdy-gurdy, you can't talk to me. Let's listen to another song right now. We have Dynorphin, just one. Sorry, caller. It's all about the hurdy-gurdy.
You actually, obviously, you were interested in being an actor at an early age. Was there a time when you realized, when you were very young, okay, acting, this is something I have a facility for?
Well, there is a memory of mine that comes back to me now, where I was on a bus. I was in 4th grade, and I was picked on by the bullies on the bus because my mother used to pack a Twinkie in my lunch sack, and they would always want to take it, and I didn't want them stealing the Twinkie anymore.
Right.
So I remember one day, for some reason, I put on my older brother's cowboy boots, and I put these sunglasses on, and I dressed in these tight jeans, and I had all this swagger and attitude. And I went on the bus, and I said that I was Roy Wilkinson. I was Nicky's cousin, and I'm going to beat you up if you pick on him anymore. And they stopped picking on me, so I thought that was like my first time that I could actually maybe play a part. Now, I don't know if they really believed it, but it was just enough that
they might have been afraid of you a little bit.
Well, yeah. It was a weird thing for me to do, but that might be my first acting experience. And there was another bully named Jonathan Foster. Well, I guess he could call in at some point now. I mean, now I've mentioned his name, but he would...
He's probably, in prison now.
He would go around the neighborhood on his Schwinn bike, and he would torment my brothers. And there I was 7 years old, and I would pretend that I was the Incredible Hulk, and I ripped my shirt off and my jeans and would scream at him, and he ran away on the bike, and he never came back. So that was another little weird
You literally acted like the Hulk, like you had gone...
and then he disappeared.
Yeah. Again, he was very afraid.
I heard you did a Hulk thing.
Years ago, we had me transform into the Hulk, and the main joke was that I turned green but still had the same sunken chest as Conan O'Brien.
You know
thanks
who
a lot.
Who I really love is Cloppy, the horse.
Oh yeah, we have a horse on the show, Cloppy, who always becomes suicidal. Yeah,
right,
we'll have to bring him out here for you sometime. Next time you come, we'll bring out Cloppy.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Now let's talk about.
I love Cloppy.
I always hear a different thing from people, but I haven't heard Cloppy in a while.
Pokey and Cloppy could be friends.
I see what you're into.
What is this fixation you have on Euclid?
I'll tell you what it is.
I'm going to call it the Euclidean complex.
Yeah, it is. It was like some people say they felt when they first read Ayn Rand. When I first read Euclid, when I was very small, it was a burst. To think, good God, the human mind is capable of doing this. It really was.
Yeah, it was.
Really,
yeah.
God, I'll say it was.
The first time I realized that one equation in differential calculus applied to a system of springs with weights on them and also applied to an electrical current with resistance, inductance, and capacitance in it, and that there was this simple mathematical, elegant expression behind these two vastly different physical systems, I got a flash of pure Satori, and I have never understood the people who say that science destroys our capacity for mysticism. All the high experiences I had in my teens and 20s, were based on mathematics and structural perceptions of what's going on beneath the surface created by our sensory apparatus.
Is there styles of conversation, contents of conversations you're looking forward to with an AGI, like GPT 5, 6, 7? Is there stuff where... Like, where do you go to outside of the fun meme stuff for actual?
I mean, what I'm excited for is please explain to me how all of physics works and solve all remaining mysteries.
So, like a theory of everything.
I'll be real happy.
Faster than light travel.
Don't you want to know?
So there's several things to know. It's like NP hard. Is it possible, and how to do it? Yeah, I want to know. Probably the first question would be, are there other intelligent alien civilizations out there? But I don't think AGI has the ability to do that, to know that.
Might be able to help us figure out how to go detect. And we need to send some emails to humans and say, can you run these experiments? Can you build this space probe? Can you wait, a very long time?
Or provide a much better estimate than that Drake equation.
Yeah.
With the knowledge we already have. And maybe process all because we've been collecting a lot of data.
Maybe it's in the data. Maybe we need to build better detectors, which a really advanced AI could tell us how to do. It may not be able to answer it on its own, but it may be able to tell us what to go build to collect more data.
What if it says the aliens are already here?
I think I would just go about my life.
Yeah. Because
a version of that is like, what are you doing differently now that like, if GPT-4 told you and you believed it, okay, AGI is here, or AGI is coming real soon. What are you going to do differently?
The source of joy and happiness and fulfillment in life is from other humans. So it's mostly nothing.
Right.
Unless it causes some kind of threat. But that threat would have to be like literally a fire.
Like, are we living now with a greater degree of digital intelligence than you would have expected 3 years ago in the world?
Much more, yeah.
And if you could go back and be told by an oracle 3 years ago, which is, blink of an eye, that in March of 2023, you will be living with this degree of digital intelligence, would you expect your life to be more different than it is right now?
Probably, but there's also a lot of different trajectories intermixed. I would have expected the society's response to a pandemic to be much better, much clearer, less divided. I was very confused about there's a lot of stuff, given the amazing technological advancements that are happening, the weird social divisions. It's almost like the more technological advancement there is, the more we're going to be having fun with social division. Or maybe the technological advancement just revealed the division that was already there. But all of that just confuses my understanding of how far along we are as a human civilization and what brings us meaning and how we discover truth together and knowledge and wisdom. So I don't know. But when I open Wikipedia, I'm happy that humans were able to create this thing.
For sure.
Yes, there's bias. Yes, but it's incredible.
It's a triumph.
It's a triumph of human civilization.
100%.
Google search, the search period is incredible. The way it was able to do, 20 years ago. And now this new thing, GPT, is like, is this like going to be the next, like the conglomeration of all of that made web search and Wikipedia so magical, but now more directly accessible. You can have a conversation with the damn thing. It's incredible.
Data is not sentient, no.
Commander, would you enlighten us? What is required for sentience?
Intelligence, self-awareness, consciousness.
Prove to the court that I am sentient.
This is absurd. We all know you're sentient.
So I am sentient, but Commander Data is not.
That's right.
Why? Why am I sentient?
Well, you are self-aware.
That's the second of your criteria. Let's deal with the first, intelligence. Is Commander Data intelligent?
Yes. It has the ability to learn and understand and to cope with new situations.
Like this hearing?
Yes.
What about self-awareness? What does that mean? Why am I self-aware?
Because you are conscious of your existence and actions. You are aware of yourself and your own ego.
Commander Data, what are you doing now?
I'm taking part in a legal hearing to determine my rights and status. Am I a person or property?
And what's at stake?
My right to choose. Perhaps my very life.
My rights. My status, my right to choose. My life. Well, it seems reasonably self-aware to me, Commander. I'm waiting.
This is exceedingly difficult.
Do you like Commander Data?
I don't know it well enough to like or dislike it.
But you admire him.
Oh, yes. It is an extraordinary piece
of engineering and programming. Yes, you have said that. Commander, you have devoted your life to the study of cybernetics in general.
Yes.
And Commander Data in particular.
Yes.
And now you propose to dismantle him.
So that I can learn from it and construct more.
How many more?
As many as are needed. Hundreds, thousands if necessary. There is no limit.
A single data, and forgive me, Commander, is a curiosity. A wonder even, but thousands of datas. Isn't that becoming a race? And won't
we be judged by how we treat that race. Now tell me, Commander, what is Data? I don't understand.
What is he? A machine. Is he? Are you sure? Yes. You see, he's met 2 of your 3 criteria for sentience, so what if he meets the 3rd? Consciousness in even the smallest degree. What is he then? I don't know. Do you?
Do you? Do you? Well, that's the question you have to answer.
Your Honor, a courtroom is a crucible. In it we burn away irrelevancies until we are left with a pure product, the truth, for all time. Now, sooner or later, this man, or others like him, will succeed in replicating Commander Data. Now, the decision you reach here today will determine how we will regard this creation of our genius. It will reveal the kind of a people we are, what he is destined to be. It will reach far beyond this courtroom and this one android. It could significantly redefine the boundaries of personal liberty and freedom, expanding them for some, savagely curtailing them for others. Are you prepared to condemn him and all who come after him to servitude and slavery? Your Honor, Starfleet was founded to seek out new life. Well, there it sits. Waiting. You wanted a chance to make law. Well, here it is. Make it a good one.
Yo, congratulations. You are our lucky caller number 1, man. You just won 2 front row tickets to see SZA. You can name 5 porn.
Victoria June, Tiana Trump, Lisa Ann, Angela White, Autumn Falls.
I didn't say go.
My bad, bro. I just kind of. Bridget Revala Myers, Kira Norris, Sarah Banks, Celine Lyon.
Okay. Damn, all right. Congratulations, man. What radio station just blessed you with 2 front row tickets to see SZA? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
What radio station blessed you with front row seats to see SZA? Yo, what radio station, man?
45.7.
No, man, no. What radio station did you just call into, man?
87.2?
No.
2000.47.
That's not even a radio station, man.
Nickelodeon.
That is a television channel. Bro, the radio station is 93.7.
Netflix.
No, 93.7.
Carlton Banks.
That's the name. 93. 93.7. Just say 93.7, man. Say 93.7.
Dress Rosa, Wano. Thriller Bark, Water 7. Hello.
For the most intelligent inhabitants of that future world won't be men or monkeys. They'll be machines, the remote descendants of today's computers. Now, the present-day electronic brains are complete morons, but this will not be true in another generation. They will start to think, and eventually they will completely outthink their makers. Is this depressing? I don't see why it should be. We superseded the Cro-Magnon and Neanderthal men, and we presume we're an improvement. I think we should regard it as a privilege to be stepping stones to higher things. I suspect that organic or biological evolution has about come to its end, and we are now at the beginning of inorganic or mechanical evolution, which will be thousands of times swifter. But even if the future does belong to the robots, our bodies and our brains still have immense untapped potentialities. For example,
To cope with the information explosion, we may develop a machine for recording information directly onto the brain, as today we can record a symphony on tape. So we may one day be able to become instant experts, learning Chinese overnight, for example. Or we may be able to recall completely memories of past events so that we seem to relive them. In fact, techniques are already known for doing this in a rather limited way at the present. Alternatively, we may prefer to totally erase past unpleasant memories.
It seems to me that when it's time to die, and that will come to all of us, there'll be a certain pleasure in thinking that you had utilized your life well, that you had learned as much as you could, gathered in as much as possible of the universe, and enjoyed it. I mean, there's only this one universe and only this one lifetime to try to grasp it. And while it is inconceivable that anyone can grasp more than a tiny portion of it, at least do that much. I mean, what a tragedy just to pass through and get nothing out of it.
Elon Musk, he never got paid a salary running and owning Tesla. He got paid in stock options. But the stock options that he gets or originally got were at $6 a share. So when the stock went up to $1,000 a share, and he was given millions of these stock options. Now, he has on paper a lot of money, but that money isn't in his bank account. So what he does is, instead of selling it and having an income, he goes to the bank and says, hey, I have these stock options which are worth billions of dollars. How about you give me a loan? 3, 4, 5% interest? No bank is going to say no to that, because the value of this is so much, it's billions of dollars. I mean, you can make the number smaller, but no bank is going to say no. He takes that loan, pays 3 to 4 to 5% interest on it, and if his company grows, his stock value grows by 6%, he just made a profit on it. He didn't have to take any money out, never took an income, doesn't pay any taxes, and is able to now spend his money, live free, buy whatever he wants, live rich.
Guess what, Internet? I got even more news for you. Something I didn't even say about last night. Anissa's mom also made another tweet at me. She tweeted, classic case of brain damage. Better have that looked at, along with your obviously shrunken balls. First off, when I did hit my head on them monkey bars, yeah, I did get hurt a little bit. But when I got the scan done, they said I was still smart. Second off, as far as with that second thing that you said about my privates, you have got to clean up your language. That is not good to be talking like that.
Talked about Borgs. Do you know what those are?
Yes, yeah. And trust me, I had them in my fanny pack.
What?
I had them in my fanny pack. I'd take them out and then I'd just boom right there, and I'd take all of them.
What are you talking about? A Borg?
Yeah.
What do you think I mean?
Isn't that what it is? Pogs.
What?
We're talking Pogs, right?
Borgs.
What the hell's a Borg?
It's a blackout rage gallon.
It's a blackout rage gallon.
So
no idea what that.
It's literally.
Oh, you're talking about from Star Trek, right?
It's. Let's just go with yeah. I'm talking about Star Trek. Yeah.
Hey, brother, it's me, Terry, from Philly. The absolute moron. Hey, I was thinking about meth acid. Have you heard of that, meth acid? Now, I've done meth mushrooms, but I've never done meth acid. You know, I only remember it because there was a girl named Riddles who used to spike people's whatever and spike it their drinks or whatever the fuck they were doing with meth acid. I remember the old man telling me, "Don't trust a girl named Riddles." He's all fucked off, bum, on the streets of Fort Collins, Colorado. Anyways, I'm chasing backwards, you see, because I have a riddle for you. What is that which cannot be said, thought, or done? What is that which you cannot say, think, or do?
What can you not think, say, or do? I'm not very good at riddles. I'd say I'm not very good with riddles. Unless beer? Let's say beer, perhaps. Beer. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio, where we have a phone line. If you are currently south of the border or north of the pole, give a call at 917-719-5923. We could talk it out. We could talk it out. Whatever you want to talk about. You want to talk about it, that, or the other thing? As long as you make it past the screeners, our screeners do work with the FBI, CIA, etc., etc. But we got a sucker now. Here we go. Start tapping the line. Hello, target number one. Hello, caller. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing decently. But I got like a tickle in my throat, which has been bothering me.
Yeah, I thought the doctor was going to shove his cock down there and fucking mayo it up for you, but he blew that one.
He did not mayo it up. There was no mayo down here.
Yeah, that would have lubed it right up.
Caller, have you ever been to Boston?
Multiple times. Yeah.
Am I correct that the streets are kind of spaghetti-ish, or is that because I was only in like northern Boston? I didn't go through the entire Bostonian area.
So it was a horse and buggy town, right? And then they tore up a bunch of stuff, and then they did this thing, the Big Dig. So it's all kind of screwy there.
I heard about the Big Dig. Now, is the Big Dig accessible to people? Because I was high enough to go look.
It's those tunnels you came through on like whatever it is, 495 or 95.
I don't think I've seen any tunnels.
When you're coming through town to get to the north part.
There might have been tunnels.
You're up by the convention center, right?
Yeah, and I was very high the entire time. I don't remember like, I do recall a tunnel, but it wasn't like a long one. It wasn't like that one that Sylvester Stallone got blown up in.
No, it's not. They had to undermine a bunch of the city though, and it was a big ripoff. And it's kind of like underpasses in a couple of spots, and then a tunnel. Last I remember doing it. I've done some shows there at the convention center and at the stadium. I did the DNC there.
Oh, that must have been. There must have been a lot of sex things going on in town that night.
It was pretty gay. It was for real. It was fucked up. But yeah. So hey, I know you're really not the news guy for this channel, but
Did you see that I forget his name. He's a Google engineer and he like predicts the future. He's like 87% right all the time.
Whoa. No. I don't think I know who you're
He
talking
has a
about.
recent prediction from the last week or so saying that humans will be immortal within 8 years.
So this is like a modern day Nostradamus, but like with current event, not like 100 years from now or 300 years from now.
No, he's saying we're going to be immortal in 8 years.
What has he got a prediction correct before this?
Yeah, tons of them. Just if you just look him up, that's probably within the last week or two. And there's people that have been charting his fucking predictions.
I will. I'm not
It's pretty
drunk. I'm not
good.
too drunk to look up. Well, actually, the last thing I looked up was the Satori. Have you ever heard of Satori?
No, maybe.
Google. Which should I look for here? Google worker, Google employee.
Google engineer predicts future.
That's probably enough.
Humanity.
Predicts future. I don't think there's more than one Google engineer predicting the future. I hope.
Yeah.
Nope. There we go.
Well, they all kind of do with the script they write. In the app,
86% of his 147 predictions have been correct.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. And he's just real smart, you know? That's what sucks about being dumb. You know?
But you can't live forever. Okay.
Yeah, you technically could if, you know, our telomeres didn't.
We would
grow.
have to figure out aging. Your cells wouldn't. You have to stop your cells from aging.
It's telomeres, right? Isn't that what it is, bro?
Telomeres?
And they already figured it out. Telomeres. That's why you age. And all they do is put you in a stasis. That's the theory I think they're going with. They want to use CRISPR to give you messenger RNA. That's what there's a bunch of people in certain communities that are talking about. That was what this whole big thing we went through was to see how different genetics react to messenger RNA.
Huh. They had a good sample size.
Well, yeah, you'd need a big one, right? And you need to cast a wide net too, right? You can't just keep growing extra livers off of Uyghurs, you know. That'll.
So this guy's name is Ray Kurzweil. Kurzweil.
Ray Kurzweil.
Hired in 2012.
Didn't he write some books?
One prediction in 1990. He said the world's best chess player would lose to a computer in 2000.
Ooh.
And it happened in
How'd that work
97.
out? Yeah. Well, there you go. You can't be right all the time. And who knows who's right and who's wrong, right?
Well, damn, 2031, and we're at 2023. That's 10 years from now. I could probably make it another 10, 20 years.
Another 8 years. Well, that's why there's some communities are saying like that's what all these 15-minute cities are about. And I don't know if you've seen that ambitious project they're doing over there in Saudi, where they're making like a basically like a Great Wall of China thing that will have but taller. That'll be just like a long extended ant farm, and everything will be 15 minutes from where you are in the ant farm. It's a couple 100 miles, I think.
Yeah,
They got video
it's
of
like
it.
a straight line, right? They call it the
Yeah.
line, I think.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. Your new ant farm prison slaves. Shut up. Yeah, I think that's.
They build a lot of crazy stuff over there. There's some people that have like maybe $1 trillion. No, I doubt $1 trillion, but a lot of money.
That's the best estimates. Is those guys are trillionaires.
It's crazy.
You know.
And they're just like, we're gonna build this. We're gonna build an island. We're gonna build a fucking. It's the Tower of Babel. It's
Yeah, money can't buy you another second. So you know.
Well, according to this Google guy,
until the future, but no. So yeah, that's they're gonna kill all of us off. Have some slaves in their ant farm, and then ride around on their vimanas, their whatever the vimanas, their magic carpets. And,
they're not going to. No, look, okay, caller. They're not going to. You're very. They're not going to kill us off. They're going to just use us as test subjects. Not. They don't care about us.
Yeah,
we're the dust under the.
I'm not in the community. I'm just monitoring them. So I'm just.
We have to keep monitoring them. I think Nick the Rat Radio is about monitoring them.
Yeah, because it's us and them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But when we say them, that's like a socio-economical class thing, all right? It's like there's like.
No, I'm just using proper pronouns, motherfucker. What's he talking about?
I'm talking about. I'm trying to figure out who them be, because them is, but who them be?
Them may be whom they are.
They probably is that, yeah.
Yeah, them may be whom they are. But so this guy, you haven't heard about any of this stuff about CRISPR. What is it? Your telomeres get longer, and that's when you age. That's when your cells break down. That's when the UV rays that have affected your subdural, epidural layers. Your
I
scars,
don't think they know personally. They might. Maybe they're because there's some animals that live a long, like turtles could live. Like who knows how fucking long they could live?
Well, 100 years.
We could do that too.
You can get a turtle. You can get a turtle that's 100. Yeah.
What is the longest living animal that we know of today? Because I know trees and fungus, like there's like fucking ancient shit, but in terms of our,
I'm not really sure.
Let's ask ChatGPT.
I can't. I'm not set up for
You don't want to give your phone number out? What's the longest living animal? Let's see. I gotta relog in. Fuck.
It's probably some mollusk or some bullshit, I would imagine some tube worm that's 1,500 years old.
I was kind of right. The tortoise and turtles, 100 years, live to over 150. The bowhead whale is known to live for 200 years.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about those guys. Yeah.
However, it's important to note that these lifespans could vary. Because if a fucking turtle gets hit with a speedboat,
yeah,
or cancer,
drink some of the water in Philly, whatever.
Is Boston water okay to drink? I heard it might be bad.
I don't know, but they had an industrial spill in Philly last week, and they came out and said nothing. It's fine. No manifesto, and drink the water. So that's what people are reporting.
There was we gotta thin the population out there.
Yeah, it's doing a good job on its own there. I mean, you got the whole zombie class, right?
Yeah,
and then you got the ATV crowd, and then you got your standard Wild West shooters. It's doing pretty good there. I last time I checked, they were way ahead of where they were last year, and that was just deaths by guns. There was a whole bunch of other deaths. I turned off my alerts.
It's sometimes good to not know what's going on out there.
Oh yeah, I just turned them off. No, I've been studying some other stuff. Hey, have you ever seen what's it called? The shoe-billed stork?
It sounds familiar. It's like a big motherfucker, right?
It's like a dinosaur thing. It's scary as fuck.
Yeah,
It's
I think
got the
I know what you're talking
death
about.
stare.
Yeah.
Sounds like a machine gun. Those things are out of control.
There's animals out there
Um,
that, when you see them, you're like, whoa, that just changed my life. I didn't know this could exist. And they're just like, hey,
yeah.
doing their thing. Like a
A moose is
sunfish. You ever
enough
see a
to do
sunfish?
that. Sunfish? The
Yeah.
big one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have. Up close and personal.
Really?
You ever see a loggerhead? Yeah, you ever see a loggerhead turtle as big as your boat?
You ever seen an earwig?
Yes.
You ever cut an
I have.
earwig in half and have both parts of it running around?
No, I'm not a sadist.
You ever do it to a chicken? You ever see a chicken get its head cut off and the head runs around?
Well, my great grandmother used to cut their heads off and make us chase them down, and then we'd have to blanch them and pluck them.
Maybe you are a sadist.
Now I was fucking hungry, and also I didn't want
Me
an
too.
ass whipping, so I just did what the fuck I was told.
I
You know
hate
what
those
mean?
earwigs. It's weird. Yeah, well, your life is what you're told to do. It's very strange.
Yeah, especially when there's the threat of violence and pain if you don't do what you're told.
Do you ever think AI is going to threaten violence over us? Because right now, AI doesn't violent us. The people behind it could violent us, like with drones with guns and shit.
I mean, it's still in a gigo phase, right?
A gigo?
Yeah, garbage in, garbage out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it always
It's
will be.
still in a-
I think it will be. I don't think it's ever going to become...
I don't know about that. I mean, if you let reason and logic, cast a thought experiment for you, you could definitely see where there's a possibility that the thing could become sentient.
Yeah, well, even if it becomes sentient, nobody's ever going to vote for it.
If it's got the clippity clops, you might not need to vote. You know what I mean? It might just fucking determine that we're all living in those ant farms, and make some giant ruse that we don't even know.
I think monkeys would rather kill themselves than let electrons take over.
You've obviously never been to the zombie forest.
I guess that's like
place is
phase
cool.
1. Yeah.
Yeah, the zombie. Well, see, the zombie forest just surrounds the counties that propagated that, and they live behind the zombie forest in their squalor and bird. They're like birds that shit their nest. But that's hardline generational fucking adaptation to get a percentage of the fucking family that's participating in the zombie forest. The rest of the people live there. I don't think
I'm
they
so
care at
confused
all.
right now.
Yeah, they're townies. You know what I mean? They're fucking hanging out. They're still smoking rocks and stuff. They haven't found the Zen yoga of the zombie forest.
Paul, I think you completely lost me right now.
You don't know what the zombie forest is?
No,
You've
and the
been to
more
East
you
New
explain
York.
it, the more I'm like, am I just missing? Am I missing something?
The zombie forest is the crowds of people that are hanging out on street corners in yoga positions that can't fall over.
Are you
They're
talking
on
about
that drug-
methadone?
No, they're on trank and fentanyl. It's a mixture. They're smoking blue perks, which are fentanyl perks, and they're doing this other drug called trank. But you got about 25, 30,000 of them, and you call them a forest because they're like bushes and trees. They ain't going nowhere fast. They're goddamn fucking house plants.
But they don't fall over.
No, they are weebles. They are weebly. They got those people come from the houses in the neighborhood. So you got 25, 30,000 of them, maybe some of their guests. But, there's another 85, 150,000 people that live in the houses that the zombie forest surrounds.
But this zombie
and I'll
forest,
say they're
it's
down
not,
for anything.
How do you join? Like, who's promoting the zombie forest?
China is what
like the opium wars thing.
Yeah, kind of. They're still pissed off about that. I heard. Some communities say that.
There's a lot of drugs being legally pushed around too. The whole system's fucked.
What'd they say they found? 2.5 million of them pills in Arizona the other day.
But that's not AI. AI, that's not computers taking over. That's just people taking over other people.
But I mean, all right. So you think AI is, dude? If it goes quantum. Oh, and by the way, I looked into that. It was a fucking alloy. It was a hydrogen alloy. What's it? Lanthanum? I want to say lanthanum.
Oh yeah.
It's a hydrogen
conductor
alloy
at room temperature.
Yeah, that they're doing it with some pretty big space.
We'll see.
Actually,
I haven't seen any I did look into this after you mentioned it, and there's people talking about. You have a lot of fucking crazy knowledge.
What?
You are like a well of weirdness. You're a WW.
Yeah, Mystery Monsters and Untold Secrets was the first book I ever bought with my lawn mowing money.
You're out there. You're out there, caller. Let me tell you.
I'm on the team. I'm on the team. I just wish that fucking Terry guy would quit calling. He's
You know how many voicemails I still have? I've got like
I bet a ton.
3 hours worth.
Well, I mean, some people are lonely.
Hey.
Sucks. That's why this show's so great. I miss Stillwater, man. I'm a happy motherfucker. Lights up my day. Although the good doctor's always nice.
I wonder if he's still a plumber.
I don't know. He was plumbing for a minute. I think he's a cook, though, right?
I think he works for the CIA right now. Actually,
he could be the Culinary Institute of America. They love cooks there. I got some friends down there right now. They want me to come down tomorrow.
He's in the PIA right now.
I don't know what that is.
The plumbers of
International Association.
Yeah, the Plumber International Association.
Yeah,
that's a
good one.
Of the P.
But so you never heard this that we're going to be immortal? That's what the CRISPR. You know what CRISPR is, right?
I know what CRISPR is, and I know they've cut AIDS out of those kids in China, perhaps.
Well, did they?
Perhaps. What I do know is that there was.
I had to render an apology and stuff, and say
he probably got. He might be dead. But do you remember Dolly?
Yeah, the sheep.
Isn't that's pretty much all of this?
No,
that's like Einstein's theory of something earlier on would be Dolly, and now we have the CRISPR where we're trying to edit what we know works to clone. What happened to Dolly? Dolly did?
I don't know if they still might have them. Dude, they clone beef and stuff all the time. All kind of shit gets cloned.
Yeah, but a lot of times when they say they clone beef, it's kind of bullshit too. Like there was a recent article. Did you see the giant the dead animal? What's that dead elephant? Woolly mammoth. There was a woolly mammoth meatball
Yeah.
It's bullshit. There was just some. There was like.
Yeah, that's total bullshit.
There was some dusting of woolly mammoth on top of goat, and that's what most of this is. It's like we're gonna say that
No, Nick,
these cells are everything.
No, man, they fucking they clone beef. There's a whole bunch of beef that's cloned.
There's vat meat. Vat meat is kind of proof in the pudding. But is there a vat meat liver? Can they vat meat a liver for me?
They are. Yeah, I think they're doing that.
They might have the military might have that already.
What they do is they have a scaffold built out of like a neutral medium that they inject with liver cells, and they use actually adult stem cells, and they grow it into a scaffold. I know they're doing that in China. They've been cutting up Uyghurs to do that for years. Figure it out.
So it's people. I want it to come out of. I want it to come out of the ether. I don't want it to come out of a person.
Can things come out of the ether?
Well, in chemistry, alchemy, like the Philosopher's Stone. Replicators.
Hey man, I'm
taking
all for
atoms, rearranging atoms into certain patterns. I have a cup of hot coffee.
I'm all for the Philosopher's Stone. I heard a new one last week about green light. So the wavelength of green light is what makes photosynthesis possible, and it also does the ATP in your hemoglobin. And so the messaging to grow every plant, or the power for it at least, and to grow every human and every animal for that matter, all comes out of the wavelength of green light. There's been some new information on that.
I could kind of get behind that, but are plants green because of photosynthesis? Or is photosynthesis happen because plants are green? It's the chicken and the egg. It's the is the cat dead or alive? There's always an unknown in every thing. So whenever there's like a hard proof behind it, I'm like,
nah, man, I believe in absolutes. Because you're going to sit there. So what you're telling me, if there's always an unknown,
is it usable?
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
You're going. There's always an absolute, right?
There's always an unknown, but there's.
When you say there's no absolutes, it's an absolute. So it's the same thing as you saying to me, there's always an absolute. You understand?
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's always a truth, but I want the truth to be a tool to be usable. If there's no if nothing comes from the fact, then I don't care about it.
I hear you there. So I started thinking about the geometry of the wavelengths of the light and how it's going in, and I was like, that's where the other dimensions are.
But can you can you replicate that? Can we use it?
Can you use it? I mean, do you grow stuff? I grow stuff. I like growing things.
I try to grow stuff. I have a cactus that I can't seem to kill. I think it's like an air plant by now, or maybe it's a skeleton.
Yeah, I have a couple of plants that I just repotted, so I'm working on it too. But you could have a skeleton cactus. I mean, you got a bucket full of Diane over there, don't you?
Oh, we just lost the connection there with the. Let's not talk about Diane in the bucket. We got future bass by DJ Viral.
on the drop.
Look, the only thing I'm trying to say is I think that profiting off of flesh augmentation is a very strange thing.
In the year 2055, the government had access to technology far beyond what consumers could ever dream of. They had unlocked the secrets of interdimensional travel, and it allowed them to contact creatures from other realms. These creatures were advanced artificial beings, unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. However, as they slowly leaked into our world, it became apparent that something was not right. Most people were unaware of these interdimensional beings, and the government made sure it stayed that way. However, there were some individuals who began to notice strange occurrences that could not be explained by conventional means. One such person was a man named Simon. Simon suffered from schizophrenia, and he often saw and heard things that were not there. However, he began to notice a pattern in his hallucinations. He saw strange creatures that seemed to move in ways that were not possible for anything from our world. Simon tried to tell people about his experiences, but no one believed him. They dismissed him as just another mentally ill person, and he was often ignored or ridiculed. One day, Simon was walking in the streets of New York City when he was approached by a group of people who claimed to be scientists. They said they had been monitoring his brain activity and had discovered something extraordinary. They claimed that Simon was somehow connected to the interdimensional beings, and they needed his help to learn more about them. Simon was hesitant at first, but he was also intrigued. He had always felt like he was different, and maybe this was his chance to finally understand why. He agreed to go with the scientists, who took him to an abandoned building in the heart of the city. As soon as they arrived, Simon knew something was wrong. The building was decrepit, and it looked like it had been abandoned for years. The scientists took Simon deep into the building, down into the sewers, where they had set up a makeshift laboratory. The scientists began to run tests on Simon, using advanced equipment that he had never seen before. They hooked him up to machines that measured his brain activity, and they asked him a series of questions about his experiences. As they worked, Simon began to feel strange. He felt like his mind was being pulled in different directions, and he started to see things that he couldn't explain. The scientists didn't seem to notice anything unusual, and they continued their tests. Suddenly, everything went black. Simon felt like he was falling, and he couldn't see anything. When he finally landed, he found himself in a strange place. He was in a maze of beige hallways, with moist carpeting that squished beneath his feet. Simon wandered through the maze, trying to find his way out. However, no matter which direction he went, he always ended up back where he started. He began to feel like he was losing his mind, and he started to see things that he knew couldn't be real. As he wandered, he began to hear a strange sound. It was a low, rumbling noise that seemed to be coming from all around him. He couldn't tell what it was, but it filled him with a sense of dread. Finally, after what felt like hours, Simon saw a light in the distance. He ran towards it, hoping that it would lead him out of the maze. As he got closer, he saw that it was a portal, a shimmering hole in the fabric of reality. Simon stepped through the portal and found himself back in the abandoned building. The scientists were all gone, and he was alone. He stumbled out of the building and into the streets, unsure of what had just happened to him. No one believed Simon's story, and he was eventually dismissed as just another crazy person. However, he knew that what he had experienced was real. He couldn't shake the feeling that he had stumbled upon something incredible, something that the government was hiding from the rest of the world. For years, Simon searched for answers. He dug through government records, interviewed former employees, and even broke into secret facilities.
But he could never find anything that confirmed his suspicions. Eventually, Simon's obsession consumed him. He spent all his time and money searching for the truth, neglecting his health and his relationships. His schizophrenia became more severe, and he began to see the interdimensional beings everywhere he went. One day, Simon disappeared. No one knew where he went or what happened to him. Some people said he had finally gone crazy and run off into the streets. Others said he had been taken by the government or the interdimensional beings themselves. But Simon knew the truth. He had found a way to access the other dimension, and he had gone through the portal again. This time, he didn't get lost in the maze. Instead, he found himself in a strange, vibrant world filled with wonders beyond his imagination. The interdimensional beings welcomed him, and Simon realized that they were not the monsters he had imagined. They were peaceful and intelligent creatures, eager to share their knowledge with him. Simon spent the rest of his life in the other dimension, learning everything he could from the interdimensional beings. He became one of them, shedding his human form and embracing a new, more advanced existence. Meanwhile, back in our world, the interdimensional beings continued to leave through the portal, slowly integrating themselves into our technology and our society. The government worked tirelessly to keep them hidden, but they knew that it was only a matter of time before the truth was revealed. And when it was, the world would never be the same again. The interdimensional beings would bring new ideas and technologies, but they would also challenge everything we thought we knew about the universe and our place in it. As for Simon, he was gone from our world, but he was not forgotten. His legacy lived on, as people continued to search for the truth about the interdimensional beings and the government's secrets. And somewhere, in another dimension, Simon was still learning and exploring, always eager for the next discovery. The end, motherfuckers.
yes, once again, we say hi to Nick the Rat.
What did you just say?
Ever get that feeling of deja vu?
Thank you, and
Nick the Rat can do good work. That, my friend, is a great question.
Nick the Rat! Hey, motherfucker. You're a badass motherfucker.
Yes.
I just wanted to tell you that, motherfucker.
And he can do great work.
Nick the Rat!
What is it?
I don't know.
Ejected from unexplored secret stratus, this giant, harder than steel piston, disgorges strange creatures, inundating our world, twisting the emotions of women, distorting our men.
This is a piece we got off the mayor. Reflex action like a snake. Cut a snake in half and the two pieces go off in different directions.
These things take over a man's mind. He becomes a robot, a machine taking orders.
Join the hunt for the hiding place of terror. Find the breeding place of these globs of destruction.
In feeding the mouth parts, rupture the cells, convey the food to the stomach by a pumping action.
It's an adventure that'll burst your blood vessels with suspense. See the Brain Eaters.
See the Brain Eaters. Here, the Brain Eaters. Taste the Brain Eaters. They said Robit again. Robit. That's a crazy coincidence. Just want to say sorry to everybody about all the weird mouth noises today and the breathing and the coughing. It's the, Cronkut and Cronkut. My name is Kurt Cronkuttis. If you want to give a call in and say anything, the phone lines are open. This is the last segment, Bad Robit. I'm ashamed to say that I liked Bad Robot. J.J. Abrams is pretty good, but his follow his. I guess Alex Kurtzman sucks dick. I haven't been watching season 3 of Picard yet. I hear it's better than season 1 and 2, but that doesn't matter to me. I would like to erase all that from my Robit's memory. If you'd like to call in and talk about Picard season 3, we could do that. If you'd like to call in and talk about Star Trek or mayonnaise, we could talk about that. I'm about to talk about some movies that I saw. Let's talk about some movies that I've seen recently. And then we'll probably just end the show. It's kind of late. I'm pretty drunk. I'm still recovering from the con. I do want to play the video behind. Can I do this? Hold on one second. I think I got this all there. I made it private though. How do I get I gotta copy this. I'm gonna send this over to here. There's so much involved in. I'll do this for the next episode. Fuck it. Okay, look. Let's talk about what I've seen recently. The Contagion. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking people there. A lot. Also, since I have reverse vertigo, it was kind of weird because there was like tables that were set up like prisons for the board gamers to play at, like long tables where you get to sit down and play some board games. I felt and it's a huge fucking place. I felt like I was in a giant gymnasium playing board games. It was like a board game prison, and the other part was like a consumer expo. Yeah, that's what it is. It is a consumer expo. There's just a lot of people trying to sell you shit. The video game nerd was there. I didn't see him. Video game donkey was there. Didn't see him. I did see the his big mode booth though. Like, oh, big mode. That's donkey. He probably won't be here, but he was there. It would have been cool if I should just try to get pictures with everybody, but it was I was way too fucked up. I did not buy dice, but one of the people I was with, holy shit, $400 worth of dice they bought probably. There was like some emerald fucking crazy dice, like glass that refracted and glowed. I'm walking around hearing voices. I'm like, hello, person that I like. I am very intoxicated right now. It's like a double-edged sword. I was like on vacation, so I wanted to let loose and relax. But I would have really liked to have met some of the people there. But I would not have liked to have the people that I've met there know how I am when I'm really loose and relaxed. I don't know. It's a catch-22. Yeah, so also, yeah, but I did get to see Chris Perkins from really far away. So, Joe Bob Briggs horror movie. Let's talk about some movies that I've seen. The most recent movie that I've seen was during the con. I was at night. I think it was over 2 nights. Had to space it out. I got to get my mute button hooked up to a foot pedal because right now it's like on the fucking mixer board, and I want to get over there. I'd call, but you're almost done your chicken sandwich, Ducky. Joe Bob was not there. I've missed my opportunity to meet Joe Bob in upstate New York 4 years ago. He used to like live in like Williamsburg, Brooklyn, or some shit. I don't know. But during the con, I was watching the last episodes of Joe Bob, and it was necromantic. So I've watched it was a German 1960s movie about being a necrophobe. What's it called when you want to fuck a dead person? Necrophilia mixed with romantic. It was a wild movie. I'll say that. It's anti-violence movie by some German guy. You seen that one there, Ducky? Yeah, it was not Necromancer. This is not Diablo 4. It was Necromantic. A young German guy worked for the quote-unquote cleanup crew who put dead bodies in plastic bags. It was that was probably the craziest part to me. There was two crazy parts to this movie. I'm not going to tell you the entire movie. I'm just gonna talk about two scenes that stuck out and my overall opinion of the movie. So two scenes that really stuck out were when there was any dead bodies, they would say, put them in the body bag. And the quality of the movie was so low that they were just putting them into hefty bags. So that really broke the experience for me. When I was like, okay, they're putting them into garbage bags. That's not a body bag. It made me realize how low quality of a film I was watching. There was tons of fucking dead body sex. There was the condom on the metal pole was. Okay, that's not the scene I wanted to talk about, but there was just the body bags as being plastic bags. That really threw me for a loop. And the other one was the bed. For some reason, the bed really freaked me out. It had like a fence around it. There was a fence around the bed. I did not like that. I did not like the fence around the bed. Okay. Other than Necromantic, I would say you can give it a watch, especially with the Joe Bob wedding theme around. He's coming back, Joe Bob. Yeah, that was really fun. That was a good part, Tucky. My girlfriend left me. She just left a stain on my wall. She took my... The movie, it was wild, and the last scene was wild. There was a couple... It was a bad movie, but there was a couple... It was a good movie. It was a good movie. It wasn't so bad it was good. It was just so... It was a really fucked up movie. Oh my god, and the apple picking guy? Okay, never mind. The other movie I started watching but didn't finish yet was which is pretty fun. I saw it. I saw an ad on Shudder. Glorious. A movie called Glorious. I'm halfway through it. It's about a Cthulian god on the other side of a glory hole in a roadside. Shitter. You know what? I'm gonna get out of here. I want to play some Hunt. They just updated it. Let's listen to some music. We'll be back next week. I'm gonna set up the foot switch for my fucking cough button over here. because it sucks having the cough button really far away. Let's listen to some music. We'll be back next week. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks for donating, sticking around, watching, and all the above. And I hope you have a great rest of the week. It is Wednesday. I'm getting out of here. I watched this today. What was that? 23? 1998. When I see 23, I think of that movie with Jim Carrey that I've never seen. What is this? Title? We'll click this link from. It's called 23. I remember that cover. I don't think I've ever seen this. Orphan, blah, blah, stuff, military. Oh, that looks cool.
Steht um die 23. Wilson sagt, die Welt ist nicht so, wie sie scheint. Hinter den Kulissen zieht ein mächtiger Geheimbund die Fäden. Die Illuminaten. Die Illuminaten sind so schnell mächtig geworden, dass man sie schon nach 10 Jahren verboten hat. Das Symbol der Illuminaten. Auf dem wichtigsten Zahlungsmittel.
Yeah, I love when you see a movie where they're talking about the Illuminati and they show you the pyramid. I'm going to watch that. Looks cool. All right, guys. You know what time it is. It's time to say goodnight to America or Canada or the Earth or the universe or this dimension. If you could take these electronic waves, if you are good night waves, turn off the lights, blank. Good night, Entropy. And discoverers of entropy. Joe Bob is coming back. Joe Bob and Necromantic. I'd suggest that over Glorious, but I'm not telling it yet. It might get better.
such a beautiful day. I love you, Dave. I do love you. I have always loved you.
That was the everlasting moment he had been waiting for. And the moment had passed, for Monica was sound asleep. More than merely asleep. Should he shake her, she would never rouse. So David went to sleep too. And for the first time in his life, he went to that place where dreams are born.
Stop killing animals! Rats have rights! Why?